and they provided an opportunity for a little bit more flexibility. So right now on Fanbase, there are 8 price points that you can have as a subscription price, right? And that's $2.99, $4.99, $9.99, $14.99, $19.99, $24.99, $49.99, and $99.99 a month. And so we, for a while now, we've had the ability to change those prices, and people that have requested to kind of change those prices, but we're launching a pilot program to now make that something that any user can do whenever they want to change their price. So give you the flexibility to increase or decrease your subscription price. So you can kind of fine tune your audience and what works best for you and the content that you're making. And so I'm not, Ramiro knows better when we're launching that program, but I know that it's on the roadmap and in the pipeline.
Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be somewhere around Q3. Again, depending on how the race goes, anything can change. In fact, I was, talking to product leadership, and I was saying, when we do our objectives for Q2, we can't do objectives for Q2 assuming or thinking that we're going to have the same team that we have today. We got to inflate our chest and really push ourselves to get everything. So everything can change for us in Q2. So hopefully in Q3, we'll be able to bring that pilot program to everyone so you can start choosing your subscription price. I want to address one question that I think is super interesting. Sorry, I'm looking for there. From Dion, how can Fanbase help nonprofits that would like to make content to raise funds on Fanbase? I've been trying to get to few move to try. So I will say something that in this quarter, we would love to have the opportunity to partner with nonprofit organizations and through them show how Fanbase could be a place where you could also raise funds. So I know on the product side, there's still a few things that we could do and we can do in the future, but with the current environment that we have in Fanbase, we could drive some success stories with nonprofit as well. So, I'm gonna always give an example. We were doing a pilot test. I'm one of my favorite nonprofit organizations here in Atlanta. It's called Soccer in the Streets, and I actually brought them over, and I told them that I wanted to prove how in Fanbase they could actually raise money, and we started pushing content out there, explain a little bit of what Soccer in the Streets was about and their purpose and everything. And I think we raised close to $3,000 in a very, very short period. And it was amazing. Fanbase is monetized. You have the lab component, you have the subscription component. So there's a lot of creative ways that we can help nonprofit into, bringing and raising money. So if you have them, what I would say is please reach out to support and they'll triage to the marketing team. So maybe we can have conversations about helping nonprofits through Fanbase. All right. Let's see, another question. Sorry, guys, I'm looking. There's a lot going on in the chat room. I love this. Thank you, Kyle and Silvana, for keeping it up. Sorry, I'm going here. Senator. Okay, so as I'm saying, the conversation about banning TikTok. What are we doing to grab that audience? Obviously, we're very close listening and seeing what's going to happen with TikTok. We're putting a lot of, from the product side, I would say that we're putting a lot of efforts into improving and making scalable our migration tool, because we're seeing a lot of people are starting to migrate their TikToks to Fanbase, which is amazing. From the marketing standpoint, we obviously want to take advantage of some of the efforts that we're doing to bring people over. In fact, that gives me, a good opportunity to talk a little bit about what's coming up tomorrow. So one of the great partnerships that we've done this year is with Propel. Propel is Apple's nonprofit organization that works with every single HBCU school in the country. And tomorrow we are launching an HBCU challenge, Be Plugged In, because it's coming up tomorrow, and it's around generating content specifically in Flicks. And we know that we have a lot of TikTokers out there that will participate of the challenge, and through this challenge and others, we are going to be sharing a little bit of Flicks, our vertical, and how valuable it is, and how we can really serve for those that are worried about TikTok being banned and so on. So we'll definitely are trying to find those opportunities to communicate and tell them why they should come to Fanbase. So we're definitely doing something about that. Do you think it's going to happen, Isaac?
No. I mean, I don't. I don't think it would be wise to try to sell an asset that you actually damage by banning. So I don't, even though they might, I think they might pass the legislation. I don't think that they'll actually take it down. I just think they'll leave it up while they figure out the terms of what the transition is going to be, because I wouldn't buy anything that, or if they did, they would be really hurting, the value of whoever's going to buy the company, and hurting that brand. So I wouldn't do it. I was just like, look, if you guys want them to sell it, if you want them to sell it, make them sell it, and then figure everything else out later. But I wouldn't do that.
Definitely.
I think it'll be around.
All right. Let's spend 5 minutes or so on talking a little bit of what are we going to be using some of the proceeds from the race, and then we can maybe bring some people up and answer a few more questions. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll go back to some of the HBCU questions that I'm saying. So obviously, $17 million. Isaac, you said it perfectly. It's not easy. It's not easy. And what it seems like a lot of money in the industry where we are, and the kind of disruption we're trying to bring to the creator economy, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, sacrifice, effort, and money, of course, right?
Yeah.
But I want to mention a few of the efforts that we're hoping to do with this race. Obviously, from the product side, I might get a little bit technical, but
stop it.
Isaac said it as well. We're wanting to move from what we call catch-up functionality, right? Functionality that you would expect as a user, into innovative, delight type functionality. We have a lot of really great increments in our backlog. Obviously, that requires specific skill set, requires speed, and we're hoping with this race we're going to be able to bring this and really differentiate Fanbase from the rest. And so a lot of this will be into doing strategic product increments that will help creators, partners, and all the users here in Fanbase. Now, as part of that, we're also wanting to make the product scalable. Sometimes making the product scalable or speeding up development doesn't mean just throwing people to the team. It means being better at having better architectures, building automation, starting to gain independence from third-party infrastructure. So those are some of the things that as a team we want to start doing, so we're truly scaling the product. A lot of times, building a small increment will require a lot of work, because if you don't have the right architecture, you don't have the right automation, so you're not testing every single thing, it's just not going to work. So we're trying to be very strategic in how we want to speed up our development. We're not just want to throw bodies out there. We want to really make this super, super scalable. And of course, because we believe we're going to be bringing a lot of innovation, we want to protect that innovation. So we're also going to be investing into IP protection. We have, 3 or 4 that can come up in my head right now, Isaac, that we know that if we put it out there without protecting them, they'll show up somewhere else in a month, right?
Right.
So we want to be super careful with that. And then from maybe not the technical side, we definitely want to keep building and growing our efforts on creator outreach. I mentioned that we would love to have specific teams that focus on specific industries and verticals, and they work with creators and getting feedback and helping the product get developed. And also partnerships. We want to keep building our partnership framework. We are growing currently through a lot of partnerships. I mentioned Propel. we have an upcoming partnership. Can I mention it, the fitness partnership, or not yet, Isaac?
No, we'll launch it. We'll launch it tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we're going to launch the
All
press
right,
release tomorrow.
just be on the lookout. We're doing a lot of partnerships, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing that Fanbase can be of great value to a lot of businesses and organizations out there, and they see the same. We see the same in them. So that we want to grow it, and obviously involves skill sets, involves more benefits, and building tools for them as well. Okay, so that's just a little bit of the plan. We have a 3-year plan. We know that great things don't just happen from one day to the other one. So we're super excited about this journey, and we hope you join us and you allow us to do all these great things. All right. With that said, let me. There was one question about. I want to go back on the HBCU, Isaac. Here you go. Where do we get info on the Fanbase Propel collaboration with HBCUs? So tomorrow we're going to be announcing it on every single outlet out there, and we will have a specific page that will talk a little bit about this partnership and the challenge that we're going to be doing. So just be on the lookout tomorrow. It's going to be everywhere, and you'll be able to get more information. And of course, if you have more questions, you can contact support, and they'll take it from there. Okay. Let's see. Was there a purge of unused accounts, or am I just not recalling my login information correctly? Chris. So I do say that we're always in the lookout for building patterns to make sure that all of our users are real users and they're helping build community and they're not disrupting the community. So a lot of times, depending if they violate the terms of services, we might do some purging and cleaning, but I don't think we just do. I mean, we don't do random purges. So it could be that you forgot your login information. Make sure you can reset always your password or reach out to support for that. Let's see. I see Sil answering one question, but I don't know where the question is because it's related to the. There's so many messages. Sorry. But I'm assuming it's. How many times can we invest? You can invest as many times as you want, and you can do it monthly or even more than once a month. So she said it, but I wanted you to say it loud. Ron, as far as, yes, so we've been really good about, we have a system that we built that we train it as far as building patterns for potential bots and so on. But as you know, that changes all the time. They're more and more sophisticated, and we have to definitely spend more time on that. But we have a plan. So we are trying to build new patterns and trying to get rid of any other bots that you might see out there. So let me see. Wouldn't that be crazy to team up with the app across the street? What app across the street is that?
Who asked that question?
That's Joyce Mary Moore.
No, I don't think so. I think the app across the street has its own path. And they're busy building what they're building, and we're going to continue to build what we build. But I think they're definitely pioneers in what they've done. So everybody says the app across the street, which is hilarious, but I know what you mean. But no, I mean, I don't see that. I don't see that partnership. But I think that that they have their own path. So we're gonna focus on what we do, and then they're gonna focus on what they do.
Yeah, definitely. So I saw some questions on our active users there. I know we actually share an update on Start Engine for those that are following. We are close to, well, actually not close. We're 160,000 MAUs and growing. That's been growing a lot month to month. And again, we're hoping that with some of these efforts on the product increments, that's going to continue growing. All right. Let's see. Is there anyone? I'm looking. I know we promised if we wanted to bring everyone to the stage. If anyone wants to come up here, ask any questions, share anything, we can use the next 9 minutes to that. I see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces in the room, which is great. I see a lot of public viewers.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So if you're out there, make sure you download Fanbase so you can come in the audio room and participate of the chat room. We would love to have you in the platform. We obviously have Fanbase audio and web, so I do that a lot. Even though I have an account, sometimes I just work and I leave some audio rooms that I always listen to while I work, so I can see a lot of existing users using audio and web as well. All right, well, no one wants to come up, then maybe you see them. I don't see anyone, Isaac. But
I don't.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I see. Hold on. Swag wants to come up. Let's see. I gotta see Swag. Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. So in the meantime, I'll answer one question that came up about a few questions about API and partnership with development. Definitely, myself as a CTO, I want to drive what we're doing. We've been driving what we're doing into involving collaboration with development and doing webhooks and APIs. So I definitely want to get to that. In fact, one of the automations that we're bringing in Q3, it's actually using for the first time some webhooks that we could potentially do them public as well in the future. So we have a roadmap. We're not there yet, but we definitely want to start making Fanbase more collaborative on the development side as well. So we'll get there, guys. DJ Swag, what's going on?
What up, man? What's going on, Isaac and Rama, man? Continue to do y'all thing, man. Y'all dope. My question, and I tried to ask you for the tech talk on Thursdays, and it's just dope. I talked about that in the rooms. I was saying how it's dope y'all had the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thing, kind of to make a lot of transparency, and that's great. And my thing was, I wanted to ask you, Rama or Isaac, what y'all thought about tier love, and I put it in the chat. It was really being able to have different levels of gifts, different options at different levels, so that people can possibly give more at one time instead of at increments of, something small. And then that will also give a little more momentum to the fundraising for the app and the app period, because then it'll, it'll raise money for the app, and it'll help the creators actually have some options on the type of love that they want to show.
Yeah. So, ironically, this kind of leads back to the raise, right? So, a lot of functionality that gets mentioned are things that we've already designed or that actually exist. But if you're familiar with certain resources, sometimes even on the QA side, you need resources to kind of make sure that everything functions. And so we had redesigned the way that you give love on the platform. Probably it's been over a year, right? Hasn't it, Ramiro? It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time but it's just the time in which it takes to kind of ideate some of that stuff. But that's always something that we wanted to do, and we will do this year, I think, sometime. So yeah, I'm with it, because I think it definitely provides opportunity to give people. You use the word gifts, you know what I'm saying? So I think that what you mean by that is just larger transactions through love. Yeah. Absolutely. Even to the point that you could kind of customize that. If you wanted to if you want to give somebody 1 million loves, you can give them 1 million loves. It doesn't, whatever you want to give them, you can give them. So, and then the gift component, we had conversations about those as well. So all that stuff is, in the pipeline again. And I think that's the importance of why we're raising the capital, is so that we can give exactly that type of functionality to the app that people want in a faster time.
That's a bet, man. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. And shout out to Team iPhone. Y'all know what it
is. You guys, that's funny. All right. So, perfect. I was looking through some of those other questions. How do I add to share options on my iPhone? I'm not sure if I understood that question, holistic pharmacy, but you should be able to share natively through your phone any content, your profile, even Fanbase themselves. So, all right. So we have a few more minutes. Isaac, I think it's a good time to just do a summary of what we talked about today. I'll start by saying thank you so much for those that have allowed us to be where we are today. Past investors, we are currently in a regular race for $17 million. We are finally at a point where we believe we're really good structurally from a product perspective, and we want to exponentially grow the business. And if you go, Isaac put pin the link up top, startengine.com/fanbase. You'll be able to find out more about the race and how you can participate. Isaac, anything you want to leave to our amazing audience?
I just want to thank everybody for tapping in. There's a lot of people in this room today. So the raise we're currently at, and to let everybody know, we're raising $17 million in a reggae round on Start Engine. We are currently at $721,000 raised, which is amazing. We're almost at the first million in a month, which is crazy. And we really appreciate it. It's been a great few days that we've had, 4 or 5 days, a lot of momentum. And I think I mentioned last time, like some of these ways that we kind of activate the raise are coming up, and we got more. And so sometimes we see these viral spurts of growth and investment in the platform. And we're going to continue to do those. But everybody that's an investor so far, and want to thank you. And then you can continue to just tell everybody that you do know about Fanbase. You can send this to a friend and family. And I always say, like, there's a lot of opportunity that we miss out on to kind of build wealth. And one of the reasons why we chose equity crowdfunding as a path is really a way to build generational wealth for anyone, but especially people that never really get the chance to do that because of these regulations that have existed since 1933, and now they no longer exist since 2015, which is why we have platforms like Start Engine. So I tell everybody, if you've ever wanted to invest in an early stage company and really feel like, man, when you hear those amazing stories of people exiting out of these, multi-billion-dollar companies, it's because those people got in early. They didn't invest after the IPO. They invested pre-IPO, and that's what this equity crowdfund is about. So I tell everybody to tap in. I don't want to say that $399 is not a lot of money, but I know that people spend money on things that they want to and like to, and so I think I just want to provide the opportunity that maybe instead of making a particular purchase or spending capital somewhere else, that you could take a time to actually invest in a really solid product, like an amazing product, an amazing group of people, amazing company.
Yep, definitely. So if you still have any questions, or if you still want to come and talk to us, so we do this every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have every Wednesday at 5 p.m. as well a marketing audio room where you're going to get to meet some of the marketing team members and talk a little bit about the industry, some of the marketing efforts that we're doing, the creator economy. And then on Thursday, it's my Thursday Tech Talk, where I share a little bit of what we're working on the product side, some of the roadmap, and obviously it's a perfect time to hear from you as a user what you think about the Fanbase experience, what you like, what you don't like, any ideas that you might have. Also Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have another audio room that is going to come up very soon that is going to be all about content creation from one of our team members. So there's plenty of spaces and times where you can come and ask away. We are hoping to always continue that no matter how big we get. The same with innovation. We always say we're going to keep innovating no matter what. And with that said, we're going to be closing today's Town Hall audio room. We appreciate your time. We thank you for being part of Fanbase. And if you're not and you're listening on web, please come and join the wave. And we're going to be talking in the next few days or next week. So have a great Tuesday, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.